Man, I must tell you guys, this latest read that I have has really gotten me to fall in love with the author. His concepts, his ideas are just very different, and I love it. Right now, for those people out there who don't know who I am, my name is Marcus. This is Discover Ignite, and today I actually have a book review for you guys. And the book I'm actually talking about is I Hope I Screw This Up by Kyle Cease. Now, for all those people out there who may not know who Kyle Cease is, he's actually a comedian slash like motivational speaker, right? And his information is just phenomenal. So sit back, relax, and let's do this book review. So like I said, I have truly enjoyed this book, so much so I've actually, started going over a lot of Kyle Cease's content, and it is just phenomenal. It really takes a dramatically different look at life, right? And try to get us out of this mindset that everybody seems to be stuck in, which is, if I do this, that this is going to happen, right? That everybody's always looking for what is going to go wrong in a situation, right? And reading this book, right? And this may be why I love Kyle Cease so much, because he might have put some subliminal messages in his book, because there's a particular section in the book where you're writing, a list of 100 things, 100 skills that you have, 100 skills that you want to acquire, the things you love in your life. And then he has you go through these different lists and like grade them, right? Grade these things that mean the most to you, and then everything else you're going to essentially bypass, right? That all these things that mean most to you, stay in this zone and only do the things that mean most to you. And this is really, you really get the most out of life, where you can really truly be happy in life by developing this list and allowing yourself to only align yourself with those particular things, right? If there's something you hate, if there's a job you hate, don't align yourself with that job. Align yourself with something that will actually make you happy. And then to essentially not worry, right? To get out of your head. That's essentially what his whole overarching theme here is to get out of your head and essentially follow your heart, right? Follow the things that will make you happy. And yes, it may seem scary, because that logical side is like, well, you can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, so you can't do it, period. You may not have money, you may have a family, you may have many different things, right? But his whole thing is you have to align yourself, and you can still bring all these things in. So not, say that you can't write a book, or you can't create a business, or you can't, get healthy, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. You can find a way. You have to align yourself with these things and allow yourself to be okay with the not knowing, right? That it will take a while, but as long as you're, staying with the flow, right? That you will be okay. Essentially, that the universe will take care of you. And I know this concept might seem like it's really out there for some people, but you know what? In my life, the thing I have found, right, is the fact that you have to change your perspective. And I've always been about changing your perspective, right? And that's the biggest thing, is you have to, look at something and go deeper in it, right? Because you don't have a true understanding of stuff. A lot of things, a lot of the ideas, the concepts that we get from people, we don't actually think about them, right? We take them for what society takes them as, right? Or whatever filters we're looking at them through, whether that's through a news feed or Facebook or friends or family, right? We're always getting everything filtered in opinions of other people, but not the opinions of ourselves. And so that's essentially what this is, right? Is to go into this thing, read this book, right? And try to take it for what you can get out of it, right? Take the value that you can get out of it. And for me, like I said, I've gotten tremendous value out of this book. It really changed my mindset. Like, this whole thought process, right? That we are in our heads so much, and we come up with so many excuses, right? And the fact that if we just got out of our heads and just did it, right, then all these excuses, they really don't even exist. They're actually just a figment of our imagination, right? That all these things that are holding us back are just, mental blocks. That's all they are. Trying to provide, excuse not to do it, when we should actually try to remove those excuses and just do it anyway. right? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you're aligning yourself in the flow to where you want to go, right? Allowing yourself to be happy because you have found what makes you happy by doing those lists, right? And then you just stay in that flow and you just continue on. And it may seem scary, nothing seems really logical, right? But if you stay in that flow, everything will be okay. And that's all that matters, and not to worry about it. And this concept is something that I think in my life, like I have never really thought about that, right? I've always been extremely logical, which is funny because a lot of times in my life, I felt like, I was a very creative person at a young age, and then I felt like I was kind of forced into this more logical side of thinking things, right? Especially getting into the career path that I had gone, and to come back to this creative side. And this creative side is where you can really be free, right? And allow yourself to grow in life through doing the things that you truly enjoy, and not being so restricted and being so robotic about the way everything has to work. And so again, this book was phenomenal. As far as like any cons to this book, again, I had no cons. I actually wished the book was longer. That's my con, right? I wish the book was longer, but he has a YouTube channel and all that stuff. So I started consuming a lot of his other content, and it was phenomenal. And I will continue to consume his content because his thoughts and ideas are out there. They may be out there for some people, but for me, they've really aligned with who I am and who I am trying to become. And so this book, again, is a phenomenal book. I highly suggest that you pick it up. I will leave it down in the comments if you guys are interested. And I hope you guys don't miss out on this book, because it could change your whole thought process and possibly your life. So if you guys actually enjoyed this video, smash that like button. And until next time, I will see you guys later.